So if I do not find somebody soon, I'll blow up into smithereens and spew my tiny symphony all up and down a city street while trying to put my mind at ease, like finishing this melody. This feels like a necessity, so this could be the 10th of me, or maybe just a better me. Now coming with the timpanis and take a shot at Hennessy. I know I'm not there mentally, but you could be the remedy, so let me play my violin for you.
Does anyone else with ADHD ever get told you're being too loud in conversation, but to you it just feels like... Yeah, so after we went and got sushi because we were hungry, obviously, but I think I got like 3 sushi rolls. You're raising your voice a bit. Can you calm down? What? Yeah, so after we went out,
Welcome to ADHD Simulator, Back to Work DLC. Please remember that you only have a limited amount of executive function points to spend today, as we don't want a repeat of last time. Do you want to play? If you want to exceed expectations at work this morning, you will need to spend an executive function point. Would you like to? Good for you! Look at how productive you're being. If you want to eat lunch, you'll need to expend another executive function point. Would you like to? Alright then. Well done, now you'll have energy for the rest of your workday. If you want to continue exceeding expectations at work, you'll need to spend your final executive function point. And you've spent it! Look at you go! There definitely won't be consequences for this later. Congratulations! Your first day back at work is now complete. Don't celebrate just yet. You still have a house to maintain, a partner to interact with, and the chores won't do themselves. I'm sorry, you do not have any executive function points left to do the dishes. If you proceed, your emotional regulation will take damage. I'm sorry, you do not have any executive function points left to do the laundry. If you proceed, your emotional regulation will take damage. Yes, that's all you're good for now. Maybe this time you will learn to spend your executive function points more wisely. But don't worry, tomorrow is always a new day here at ADHD Simulator.
Asmodeus, Satanas, Lucifer.
So when you're near me, darling, can't you hear me? SOS.
Listen, ADHD is a fucking superpower. Why? 2 words. Object permanence. My disassociation skills are mutant level. If I was an X-Men, I'd be called the disassociator. I just be forgetting shit. I be thinking about so many things up here and nothing all at once. It's fucking crazy. I put something in a drawer, I close it, gone. It's in the ether. It no longer exists. I forget I exist until I look in the mirror. I'm like, oh shit, what the fuck? Who is that? Oh shit, it's me. It's crazy. It's a blessing and it's a curse, because then I be ruining a lot of friendships and opportunities because I be forgetting shit all the time. It's really bad. It's really bad. My life it's kind of in crumbles. It's in pieces. Like even now I'm trying to think of what, there's probably something I should do right now. What were you talking about? It's kind of dark outside. I kind of want a coffee.
Come on, we were meant to leave 20 minutes ago.
Sorry, babe, I got out of the shower and then just sat in a towel staring at the wall for 20 minutes instead of getting ready.
Babe, did you remember to phone the bank and reorder your lost card today?
I'd rather never have a card again than have to make that call, so don't worry about it. I'll be saving money.
Babe, you had one job today to unload the dishwasher. How comes you didn't do it?
I've actually just been sat here with my brain screaming at me that I'm stupid and lazy for not doing it, and then just scrolling my phone instead.
You do love that hat, babes, didn't you? You've been wearing that for like a week.
Oh, thanks. It's actually because I haven't showered for a week and my hair is utterly rank.
I'm going to give you 17 questions that I actually ask my patients when I am assessing them for ADHD. Please keep in mind that you cannot diagnose yourself with ADHD just based on these questions. ADHD symptoms can overlap with a lot of other mental health issues and also with just normal human experience. So if this is something that resonates with you, doesn't automatically mean you have ADHD, just means maybe it's worth talking with your doctor or therapist. Here are the 17 questions I ask. Number 1, do you have trouble focusing or find yourself daydreaming often? Number 2, do you often find that you are restless and have trouble sitting still? Number 3, do you find yourself constantly tapping your foot, bouncing your leg, twirling your hair, picking at your cuticles? Number 4, no matter how hard you try, do you find yourself constantly being late, or are you excessively early because you're so afraid of being late? Number 5, do you have a hard time estimating how long it's going to take you to complete a task, even if it's a task that you do fairly often? Number 6, do you find yourself embarrassed by how disorganized or messy your home or office space is? Number 7, do you have a really hard time organizing things at the beginning of a project? So, for example, outlining a paper before you start writing. Number 8, do you have difficulty completing one task at a time? Number 9, do you find that it's difficult for you to relax or wind down even if you do have free time? Number 10, do you find you have trouble sleeping, either falling asleep or staying asleep because you can't turn your mind off? Number 11, do you find yourself struggling with overeating, forgetting to eat regularly, compulsively eating the same foods over and over again, or binge eating? When you're taking an exam, do you find that you tend to do pretty well on the more complicated questions, but then when it comes to the straightforward, easier questions, you end up making careless mistakes? Number 13, do you have trouble throwing things away, so you end up keeping a lot of extra stuff you maybe don't need by default? Number 14, do you find that you're frequently losing essential everyday items like your wallet, keys, phone, etc.? Number 15, do you feel that you are especially sensitive to criticism or rejection from other people? Number 16, do you find that you have trouble with things that require moving your body in space? So this may look like being more clumsy than the average person and showing up with bruises that you have no idea how they got there, or even getting into more frequent car accidents than the average person. And finally, number 17, do you find that you often feel overwhelmed in loud and busy environments? So those are some of the most common questions that I ask. There are so many other nuanced questions and topics that come up when we're discussing ADHD during an evaluation. So definitely something to talk with your doctor or therapist about if you're worried, but I hope this helps. Let me know if you have any questions.
I am so good at masking. No one would ever realize I was autistic if I didn't say anything.
Look, there she goes, that girl is so peculiar. I wonder if she's feeling well.
With a dreamy far-off look.
If you have ADHD, you're probably very familiar with the stereotype of, oh my god, guys, look, a squirrel! Oh, sorry, I got distracted. 1, why is it always a squirrel? 2, I'm being personally victimized by said stereotype. I live in a very rural area. There are squirrels around. And every single time I'm out and about talking with friends and I see a squirrel, I will want to be like, guys, look, a squirrel! But then I remember I have ADHD and I don't want to be a walking stereotype. Due to this fact, I get very in my head. I have a brief moment where I think, is it worth pointing out the squirrel? I don't want to be identified as a walking stereotype. I don't want to remind people that I have ADHD and shove it down their throats. But then I think, no, there's a squirrel. I'm going to point out the squirrel so other people can enjoy the squirrel. And if I'm around my neurodivergent friends and I say, hey guys, a squirrel, they'll all go, oh my god, a squirrel. Whereas when I'm around neurotypical people, they'll go, oh, the ADHD stereotype is real. And that's why I'm feeling victimized.
Oh, I'm so tired. I need this coffee to kick in. Well, I'm wide awake now, ready to start the day. You know, I'm wide awake right now, so I don't even know why I'm drinking this coffee. I was just really in the mood for it.
Oh, Garfield, the cable's out.
What's wrong with this thing?
Did you hear what I said? The cable's out.
Maybe it needs new batteries.
Garfield, listen to me carefully. The cable is out.
The cable's out?